Good morning. I'm Constable Allison Douglas Cook, and welcome to the Toronto Police News for Tuesday, November 7th, 2017. On today's show, we're going to feature an initiative out of 43 Division that works to keep our green spaces safe. We're also going to take a look at the Red Ribbon launch, which will be out of Toronto Police Headquarters today, and it will feature Mothers Against Drunk Driving. But first, here's what happened in our city over the last 24 hours. We had several calls for service last night, including 2 separate calls of what we refer to as firearm discharge. In both instances, callers reported hearing several gunshots, followed by vehicles leaving the area. The first call was from the Lawrence Avenue West and Weston Road area, and that was at 9:30 p.m. The second call was from the Danforth Avenue and Dawes Road area at 10 p.m. Although shell casings were found at both scenes, there were no injuries reported. At 9:30 p.m., officers from our 11th Division responded to reports of a man assaulting a security guard. When officers arrived, the man continued his assaultive behavior, and they had to use their conducted energy weapon. The man was placed under arrest without further incident, and there were no injuries to the man or the officers. Now, before we feature 43 Division, we have with us today Eva Ratnakumar, and she's a parking enforcement officer with Toronto Police. She also happens to be the president of the Toronto chapter of Mothers Against Drunk Driving. Eva's going to tell us a little bit about what's happening at Toronto Police today.
This year marks the 30th anniversary of MAT Canada's Project Red Ribbon campaign, and we are honoured to have members of the Toronto Police Service, the Ontario Provincial Police, Toronto Fire and Toronto Paramedic Services, along with members of the provincial government here with us today co-sponsoring our event. MAT Canada's Project Red Ribbon campaign runs from November 1st to January 8th, as it targets the Christmas and New Year holiday season, as it is one of our busiest on our roadways and on our social calendars. It's crucial that you take a few minutes to plan ahead. If you are planning on drinking and/or consuming drugs, plan on not driving. Take a taxi, take public transportation, call for an Uber, arrange for a designated driver, or plan to spend the night. Impaired driving is completely preventable. Let's all do our part to keep our roads safe.
And now we'd like to recognize officers from 43 Division who have been active in Project Keep Our Parks Safe, and this has seen them patrolling the area on foot, ATV, and on bikes. Here's a brief look at Project Keep Our Parks Safe, or Project KOPS as we call it.
Project KOPS, with a K, stands for Keep Our Parks Safe. Highly trained officers from 43 Division utilize all-terrain vehicles and bicycles to patrol the parks, pathways, the waterfront, playgrounds, and other green spaces within 43 Division. The project started back in July with the goal of ensuring a safe environment for the community through enforcement of the Liquor License Act, Controlled Drug and Substance Act, Trespass to Property Act, and other criminal code offences. Positive community engagement and environmental preservation are another key factors. Over the past 4 months, Project KOPS has generated several significant arrests, including persons wanted for attempted murder, large drug seizures, and weapons arrests. Project KOPS officers have also been called upon for multiple search and rescue calls for persons with mental health issues, lost elderly persons, and missing children. The community is very appreciative of what we do. A lot of times when we come through the parks, we are approached by families, kids, and we stop and we have photo opportunities with the bicycles or the ATVs. And again, it's great community engagement, and it gives the community an opportunity to see police officers in a different light. And again, seeing us on all-terrain vehicles is a shock to a lot of people, but they really do enjoy it, and they enjoy speaking with the police, and we enjoy speaking with the community.
Thanks again to the officers at 43 Division for getting out into the community and ensuring that it's a safer space for everyone. Now, if you have a story or idea, or you'd like to see a member or a unit featured on our program, please leave us a comment on our YouTube channel. Or you can email us at feedback.news@torontopolice.on.ca. Join us tomorrow for an important story from 54 Division involving how officers have used their de-escalation training. That's it for today, Toronto. Thanks for watching, and stay safe.